And now let's go back to the story on the ceasefire that is going to take effect from tomorrow between Israel and Hamas. And for more on this, Jessica Taneja is joining us. Jessica, Joe Biden or Donald Trump, who's going to get credit for this ceasefire deal?
Seems like both will. In fact, this is exactly the same ceasefire deal that the Biden administration had put forth back in May, and we saw the release of hostages in November as well. But to the effect that this this ceasefire deal would see the return of 33 Israeli hostages in the first phase and would continue to hold, and if implemented to the effect of how it's been planned by Egypt, Qatar, and the United States while mediating and bringing it to fruition for so many months, would also see the implementation of the second and the third phase once the first phase sees the points that have been discussed on the contentions of the border, as well as hostages that will be released and the Palestinian prisoners released by Israeli government. We know that more than 700 Palestinian prisoners would be released, but we're not sure of which ones. And from the side of Hamas, we do know that as per reports suggesting at this point, that there will be 3 female Israeli citizens who will be released today, and also from other nationalities. There are a total of 84 hostages right now with Hamas. Now, in the first phase, there are expectations that within the coming days, all hostages would be released in exchange for the prisoners kept in the Palestinian prisoners kept in Israeli prisons. Now, apart from this, the hostage return and the Palestinian prisoners release, it is also important to note that the first phase would require quite a lot of effort on the part of parties that have put the ceasefire deal together to make sure that the implementation takes place. Because right now, Gaza needs at least 500 trucks of aid every day entering the region. Now, that has been problematic in the past as well. Given the kind of contentions and issues raised by the Israeli side, that Hamas continues to create ruckus in the region, and the Israeli military operations would not be easy to halt. And in the first phase, it's also given to understand the presence of Israeli forces within the territory. Now, as I had pointed out earlier, when you talk about the Philadelphia corridor, which has been in discussion and was perhaps the point of complication for the Israeli side as well, because the Philadelphia corridor is what the Israeli military believes allows Hamas to accept shipments of weaponry as well as re-energize or reinvigorate the group as a potential threat back again to the state of Israel. So that's something that the Israeli side has said that they would want to do at a later stage, given the threat perception at this point. And as we speak, since the ceasefire deal was announced the day before, more than 100 people have already died in Gaza amid strikes, Israeli strikes. So things really need to come to a halt. It's been more than 400 days that the war has dragged. But with Donald Trump's inauguration just a day away, and Biden administration, which has been making sure that the situation on ground is monitored and had come under immense pressure, to an extent also affecting his presidential bid while he was campaigning, a lot of internal and external pressure for Joe Biden. But I think his representatives in the last few days have been able to do what the kind of legacy he wanted to leave the White House with, and that was to have a ceasefire deal which would last, not like the previous one, which ended just 2 weeks before. And as for President Donald Trump, even though his representative for West Asia has not been confirmed by the Senate, he was still present in Qatar for negotiation along with the outgoing Biden administration's representatives. So a lot of deliberations were done, and making sure that all the sides are in on this, especially with Egypt as well, which has said that when the first phase moves forward, they will be setting up a joint operation room in Cairo to oversee all the operations. And the second and the third phase, of course, remain contentious. only when the first phase is done and when the Israeli forces believe that they have minimized the threat perception overall.
All eyes on Sunday then, as the first phase is set to be implemented of this ceasefire hostage release deal. Thank you very much, Jessica, for joining us at the moment.